Welcome to the A-Train Show. And now here's your host, the A-Train, Arlington Lane.
Welcome to this edition of the A-Train Show, the A-Train Arlington Lane, back at it again. Yep, doing a special edition, 90 minutes. 90 minutes today. I'm in a Texas state of mind today, folks. Yeah. Yes, sir. My man gonna get mad at me because I was like, I thought we were doing it tomorrow. I thought we were doing it. I thought we were doing everything tomorrow. No, we're doing it today. I want to go ahead and get it out the way. And because tonight's a big night. And I know we gotta wait till Friday to get back at it again. But I decided I wanted to do it today because it's so much that just occurred from what we witnessed at SummerSlam. I want to talk about some predictions for Monday Night Raw. I know we talked about it a little bit on our show Friday. We did a little bit Saturday after SummerSlam. But today, I definitely want to get on. I'm hoping I can get a fan that was at SummerSlam on Saturday. I want to hear his experiences at SummerSlam if he's able to come on. Let me see. I'm checking that out right now. But let me go ahead and bring my guys. He ready? He getting himself together too. So what I'm going to do, we're going to talk some SummerSlam. Going to talk a little bit about the Olympics, and then when we come back from the break, we'll get into the conversation. Okay, so we're going to take a couple minutes to get things squared away, and then we'll come right back with more of the A-Train Show. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Promise. 2 minutes. We'll be back. It's chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Chaos as we're back here on the A Train show, the A Train Arlington Lane. All right, let's get the party started, man, because we still high off of what happened on Saturday night. And I got my guy with me. Is he ready? Is Kev ready? Kev, what's good, baby?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother? Good morning. Happy Monday to you, sir.
Happy Monday, man. And the
Yeah.
person that, hey, you know something? You know, I hear something in the background, man. You hear it too? You hear it?
Whoa!
He's in
I
the
hear
building.
it.
Hey, I think he's mad at me today. I think he's mad at me. He's mad at me, but that's okay. But he's here. You know, I call him, he show up. There he is, the good Reverend Doctor himself. He's here.
The
He's like,
pastor.
sir, wait a minute. I thought it was tomorrow. I was like, you know
Yeah,
what?
man.
I gotta switch it up because you know it's today. I know we wanted to do it tomorrow because
Yeah.
it's gonna be the after effect, but I want to predict what's gonna happen tonight because
All right.
tonight's gonna be the biggest Raw after SummerSlam. It shows history.
Hey,
Yeah.
and we can't do it tomorrow because it's the Great American Bash.
Exactly.
So you know what I mean? Night two. So we gotta hit it on Wednesday with the recap of Raw and GAP.
See, now you're making me have to do extra work, and I wasn't trying to do no extra work this week, man.
Oh,
But
Let's
welcome to
go,
the
man.
pulpit, y'all. Stop
Yeah.
playing with me.
Let's
You know, when
go.
the deacon and the pastor get in the pulpit, we gonna make you work, sir. We gonna make you work.
Listen to y'all, man. Listen, it's recap Monday. And we switched it up. You know, we usually it's association Monday, but today is recap Monday because we get through everything today.
Yeah.
What's going on, Amanda? Amanda, I blame
What's up,
you
Amanda?
for this. I blame you for this. This is your
Let's
doing.
go. Let's go.
But we finna get it in today. All right, so check this out. So Saturday, I should
Yeah.
say, you know all the results that happened. If you haven't watched the show, I would advise you, folks, to go back, watch everything from start to finish. Don't stop. Start
Yep.
to finish because this was probably one of
And
the
then
best,
go watch our post show.
biggest SummerSlam. Now you might as well tune in now because if you missed it Saturday, you might as well just come on in here. We're bringing them in here today. So we had probably one of the biggest. We had what, 3 title changes?
Four.
I
Four.
have my list.
Four title changes. We had 4 title changes. 2 kept theirs, and then on a single match.
I had my list. See, look, I actually made a list on Saturday
Yeah.
night. I got it 4 times. 4 times. We had title changes, and that was amazing. Braun Breaker, LA Knight, Nia Jax, Gunther are our new champs. Wow.
LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was on
Let's go.
the LA Knight thing. There was a rumor going around saying that they wanted to get the belt off of Logan Paul because of some stuff that he said behind the scenes. And I'm like, no, it was time for LA Knight. It was time to see what he looked like with the title belt and see what a run with him as champion was going to be like. I mean, he was so over that if you didn't put the title on him, I could have sworn everybody in Cleveland was finna riot on Logan Paul, their hometown kid. So I'm like, it's the perfect timing for it. And I think as we get into Monday Night Raw, of course, the big thing is the Liv Morgan Judgment Day as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know who's going to open up the show. I want to know who's going to open up the show tonight.
Oh, it's going to be Judgment Day. No, it's going to be Judgment. It's going to be. I think it's going to be Judgment Day. I think it's going to be Judgment Day. And let me tell you why. Because the thing of it is, you got to consider it's 2 different things that happen in the Judgment Day group. You had the Rhea Ripley piece, and then you had the Damian Priest piece. So they had the most impact of the night. So you have to open up with one of their particular storylines. Now, of course, it would then bring in, if you deal with the Damian Priest piece, and the Finn Balor piece, of course, you're going to get a Gunther appearance at some point through that. If you bring in the Liv Morgan and Rhea piece, then you're going to get a Dom. You may get a Jey Uso. So like it's like a lot that can go in which way. I think you open up with that, not the CM Punk and with Seth Rollins and Drew Mac. I don't think you would open up with that, with the impact of so many entities dealing with the Judgment Day. I think you got to open up with the Judgment Day.
Okay. I would agree with that assessment, because like you said, there are different ways that you can play that. Who would you open up with with this Monday Night Raw coming up?
The Bloodline.
Why would you open it on Raw?
Remember back in the Attitude Era, right? When something huge happened on a pay-per-view, and that's the way the pay-per-view ended. How did Monday Night Raw always start?
With that,
yeah, but we got a split brand though.
Right, exactly.
Raw. Oh, okay. You're right. I'm tripping. I am tripping. The Bloodline is not even on.
It'd be different
Raw.
if it wasn't.
The Bloodline is on SmackDown. Okay, my bad. We start off SmackDown with Bloodline. Okay, that's just a little future thing for y'all now. So we're gonna go back.
Open up SmackDown. I would open up SmackDown
and backtrack to Raw.
I would open up SmackDown with Roman, and he come out and he explain his piece. But with Raw, I would have to go.
Hold on, let me get my piece in.
Okay, I'm sorry. Get your piece out. Go ahead.
I think I have to agree with the pastor on this. There's no other way to open up Raw. The Bloodline is finished, and they're the biggest faction on Raw right now.
Judgment
Day. I don't know why I keep saying the Bloodline.
I'm
just so excited about Roman.
I know.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Roman, man. I told y'all he was coming. I told y'all. But no, the Judgment Day has been dismantled to a certain degree. Like, you can't call Finn.
It's broke. It's over. It's over.
JD, we can't call Finn, JD, and Carlito Judgment Day. That's not. That's not a good Judgment Day.
It's over. It's over.
Rhea's like, I'm not rocking with none of y'all no more. I think Dom still. I think Dom is still part of Judgment Day, because I think Finn knew Dom was gonna do this, but told Damian that he didn't know nothing about it. And when he went to go look for Dom, he went and was chilling with JD and Carlito. They wasn't looking for Dom. They were setting up what Finn was going to do to Damian. And now Finn is the head of the Judgment Day.
Or is he? So good doctor say, he said, I don't know what it was, but I was not all that impressed with SummerSlam at all. And he was there.
What?
And so he was there at the event. So yes, you took the words out of my mouth, was that it was predictable. And it's not bad that it was predictable. We just wanted to know, we knew the outcomes of it, and we did pretty good with. We just wanted to know how.
Okay, I get that.
You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
Like,
I get you, Doc.
And
I get you,
we didn't get the great matches, but we got the stories.
I think that's what made it better, though. I think that's what gave us the. I don't think. You see, I look for WrestleMania, Royal Rumble to be those shows that get the impact of the surprise, right? But when you deal with SummerSlam, it has strategic moments where it's got to happen. Like, this got to go down today. Like, so, and then it's always
like one of them build up PLEs, right?
Right. So it's SummerSlam is because it's a main pay-per-view, because it is, you give it the matches. You make the matches be the most dominant thing versus the surprises. You give those things on Royal Rumble and on WrestleMania, but you make SummerSlam that catapulting of, let's drive these matches. It's always been that way. It's been that way for years. So why change the moniker of it now?
Right. And I look at it where you see how the stories intertwine, because you got the Bash coming up in Berlin, right? And then you also got coming up, I think Bad Blood is the next one after that. And then we got
Yep.
Saudi Arabia, I think Crown Jewel still in play.
Crown Jewel.
And then we got
War
Survivor Series
Games.
to close out the year. So right. And so here's my thing with this statement about Punk and Drew. Yeah, we knew that Drew was gonna win this match. It was meant for Drew to win this match. And I think
Absolutely.
Punk is actually this time, Punk is playing the role he's supposed to play while he's here. He's listening, because a lot of times he would probably fight over the fact I need to win this match. What it did is it stretches the storyline and it keeps the storyline going, because after that match was over, you saw Drew grab that bracelet, put it right back around his wrist, and he walked off. And he actually stood on Punk before leaving. So that means it intensifies the story even more. That means this is not over. Now what happens next is Rollins going to have to insert himself into this match, which is leading for Bad Blood. I get it. It's lame, but what? It's something that if something was taking, if you look at it from a realistic standpoint, if you look at it, if something of yours was removed from you, you got something?
Pick me.
Oh.
Pick me. Let me say this. Let me say something. I think this is where I think most of us missed it. CM Punk's return was for what reason? Now we finna talk. What was the purpose of CM Punk's return? Because at the end of the day, AEW, him being hurt over there and not having the push that he needed. It was money, but it was another thing that was underlined that nobody talks about. The way he left WWE left a bad taste in people's mouth. This has been the argument since he got back. It left a bad taste in people's mouth. So in order to recover his movement, recover his work, and to give him a chance to restore himself, you put him in this mindset of, like, I gotta fight my way back from something I purposely messed up. It makes this storyline that much greater, because the two people he's fighting are the two people he hurt when he left. So it makes sense. This story, and I know it's lame, but you give a person the chance to correct the behavior, and then you put him with the people that he hurt the worst on the way out. Hence the reason why Drew McIntyre had to be removed from WWE and brought back, because Drew started to do the CM Punk thing and it got him fired. Nobody talks about this stuff, but because it's not highlighted, in that frame of work, when he comes back, who do you put him into a battle with? The individual that got fired over trying to behind listening to him in the beginning. So you gotta have this is a part of WWE trying to rewrite the pipe bomb mess and giving him another way of helping now the superstars develop while restoring his career. That's all this is about. But he keeps getting hurt, so it's kind of like a little too late. But it's still working in the constructs of trying to rebuild, because you're still using him as a way to correct the behavior, and then you're helping him develop the other superstars and letting them kind of ride his back, so to speak, and then get to the next level. That's what it's not talked about though, but that's what it is.
And the way Punk Rollins ended, I mean, when it began, at Survivor Series, and you saw my man sitting there pointing at him, talking about some F you, there was some bad blood between that, and he's like, "Why are you here?" He even said it. During the match. Why are you here? You're not even.
What you come back for?
I mean, and even you know what? Rollins is a Triple H guy at the end of the day, and you already know Punk has his notions with Triple H. He has his beefs and crosses with them. So just having all three of them together means that it makes a good match for at least Bad Blood. You can have at this rate at Bash at Berlin, you can have Punk go against Rollins at this point. You know what I
He can
mean?
go
You can
against
have
either
that.
one of them. It don't matter.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna matter
yeah.
because at the end of the day, this will be his storyline at least at your Rumble, because of the simple fact that there's so much tension there with him having Rollins, with tension with him with Drew McIntyre. Like it's so much tension, and you notice it ain't no tension nowhere else. If you notice, he has no argument with no other superstars but those two, and those two are the last two that he hurt on the way out. So it makes a lot of sense.
I agree with this, but you also have to understand the same thing happened when we had uh the Rollins and Cody Rhodes matches. Remember how we had it for 3 straight times and all that stuff? I think it's going to happen again, but the time that it happens is going to be for a belt. So, if it gets to that stage, and honestly, Punk could get the world heavyweight title, and Rollins could get it back from him at Mania. That's something a story that's going to happen. But here's the problem: the way that they got Gunther, I
It
think he's
looked
gonna have
like
the
he about
title
to for a long time. Yeah, it looked like he about to have that
at,
thing for a long time.
at least a year, until the next
Mhm.
SummerSlam. The way they looking.
But I do think that it would be a good idea. Um, Doc, I do think that would be a good idea bringing AJ in to the storyline
Yeah, he did
and,
say
and
that
sort of
earlier.
legitimize the bracelet a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because
And
it'll
and
But
timing,
that's the
have
plan.
a
But
little
that's
bit
the
it's
more
plan,
timing,
heat.
though.
it's timing, it's timing.
But that's
It's
Oh yeah.
that's the plan. But here's the thing. AJ AJ is delayed, and CM Punk even said in an interview, "I'm working on it. I'm trying to get her to come back because remember the dream match that um Roxanne Perez want to have is with AJ Lee. So you got to consider it's a lot of elements that will bring this to a whole different. I think it's going to be a great thing. The storyline will work. You just got to remember we can't let the wrestling part of it make us forget what happened with the pipe bomb situation, because that stuff matters to why he's back and why they're so bitter. And every time they are not mic'd up and they're talking about like they're like it's angry. Like why are you doing this? Like what do you come here to explode us and make us like it's bad? So you got to consider all of this stuff is working as a great storyline to help.
I need home invasions.
Come here
I
with
know it
that.
sounds crazy. I know it sounds
Mm,
crazy. I need home invasions.
I like that. I like that.
And listen, I'm
And
not trying to
Drew
get it.
crazy.
Listen, I need, how WWE does when superstars go to people's homes, it
Yeah,
intensifies the rivalries. It
yeah,
intensifies it.
Mhm.
And so
yeah.
I need Drew to go make a stop over at
Is he
Punk's
heel
home.
enough to do that though? Like, are we looking for Drew to be heel enough
Hey,
to make that kind of say? So Seth Rollins ain't gonna do that because he's
after
too eccentric.
oh, let's stop. You serious right now? Because Rollins did that with Edge when he had that storyline with Edge.
I ain't like it though. I don't think.
I
See,
get
but
it.
I like it if he was the Shield Rollins, because it makes sense. They was in there dominating everybody when they was
Yeah.
the Shield. But you talking about Rollins the way he is now? He's become
Not
face,
now.
and
No,
yeah, I
that was
mean, I don't
heel
think it
Rollins when
works.
he did
I don't think it works. I don't think it works now as a home invasion. If you get Drew to do it, you're gonna. What would have made sense is that would have happened after the screw job in when they
Mhm.
were in his hometown in Scotland. That would have made it more sense because now he done hit uh he done hit officials. He's tearing up stuff. Now it's time to make a vicious Drew come out But then when you have a Wade Barrett that go, hey, calm down, you finna get yourself fired, it doesn't give the okay, now we got to pull him back. And now he come back, I got to be quiet. I'm just going to take the bracelet and laugh and smile. And, and the revenge didn't have the same impact. The win won. It was a great win. We all knew he was going to win, but it didn't have the impact of the screw jobs that Punk did to him every single match. It just didn't add up. Like it didn't add up. So you can't make him vicious now because what will be the point?
I agree. I feel they should have allowed him. See, you remember when, like, I go back to the Attitude Era since we're in a new era. I go back to the Attitude Era. Remember when the Attitude Era took off and they were allowing wrestlers to go above and beyond what they were doing before in wrestling? You remember that? If they were to allow Drew to really get that Scottish warrior anger out and really be a beast, and let him pick up the GM and put him through a table, make him urinate himself in the middle of the ring like Vince. Like, that was one thing I can give Vince McMahon credit for. When he inserted himself into the wrestling ring and into the storylines, and he got himself involved, that was so lit. That was some fun wrestling to watch.
We too politically correct now, though. We too politically correct.
And this where the good doctor says here that it ain't started yet. Wait till Netflix January. Oh,
let's go!
My goodness!
Oh,
listen,
I know.
You got to understand.
Let's
this
go.
Is a totally different ball game now. And I feel bad for the ones on cable.
Yes, sir.
When they do SmackDown on cable, it's going to have its effect per se,
yes,
but it's not going to have the same dog that it will have on Netflix. Now, what is that going to mean for sponsors? That means it might change. Sponsorships are going to change a little bit because it's going to get a little bit grittier. And people thinking like it's not going to be the case. Yeah, you're not going to have a woman. We talked about it on not the last show. I think it was it Wednesday? Friday when we had Amanda on. She was like about hitting. Yeah, it's still kind of ticky right now, especially what's going on in the culture. But I know the verbiage is going to change. Verbiage is going to change a whole lot, and I think a lot of people are going to relate better to it that way. I'm saying you got to
crowd already be cussing,
like they did Saturday with Solo.
Yep.
Debut Solo.
Yep.
I mean, it was loud. Like they was loud and proud. You could hear that clearly through the screen. And WWE cannot do anything about that. One, because it's a pay-per-view, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Two,
it's live.
Those boom mics you can't turn off. You gotta hear what's going on in the ring. You gotta hear what's going on inside.
There was 57,791 people there. How you gonna silence that?
I can't.
Yeah, Netflix is gonna be the joy for them, man, because then they can get back to that crazy wild stuff. But I don't think right now we have that, except for with the Y6, man, and that's a whole nother ball game. So where would they fit in, even after all of this? Is transpired, because you still got to deal with the fact that at the time you had Nexus, you had Bray Wyatt in Nexus, you had Bo Dallas was a champion at the time with tag team. Like it was just a lot that was going on. So it's a lot that can turn this, and Netflix is going to be a great thing for everybody.
Yeah,
y'all better sign up. Sign up. I'm making a shameless plug. Sign up because you don't want to miss what's about to go down. This is a great Triple H era, man.
Are you talking, good doctor? Are you talking about Joe Tessitore, the new commentator for WWE?
Oh yeah,
listen, I understand. Yeah. You know what? They've had sports commentators come into this mix, and they have struck out. When Mike Adamle came in, he struck out. Adnan Burke, he struck out. Like, what's my guy from UFC? Jimmy Smith struck out. He talking about my guy from.
Are we talking about boxing, voice of boxing on every fight night game? Joe Tessitore.
We talking about Joe Tessitore from Holy Moly. Yeah,
Holy Moly. Yeah,
from Holy Moly, man, with Rob Riggle.
We're talking about Joe Tessitore, the boxing announcer, the boxing commentator. I mean,
Yeah, he done all of it. Football.
Yeah,
He's
he's
Monday
coming.
Night Football and stuff.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
coming. They signed him.
he's gonna. I need him on. So what's the name? They can go back to SmackDown. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. They need to go back over there.
Oh man, I love Pat McAfee, man. I ain't gonna lie, dude. That dude,
Why is everybody on Pat McAfee, man? Listen, I don't
let him loose. Let him
Hey,
loose, man.
listen.
Let him loose.
Pat's like Jerry Lawler, bro. That's why we love Pat. Pat's like Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, man.
He
Let him
really
loose,
don't
man.
have no side. He's not
Let's
a
go.
commentator for the heels. He's not a commentator for the face. He's just a commentator in general. And he loves everything about what's going on in wrestling. That's what I love about Pat.
This man be yeeting
He
all
be
day.
I love it,
yeeting,
Doc.
boy.
I love it. And then he be slapping Michael Cole with that finger. I love it. Let's go. Let's go, man. I love it.
But,
I love it.
So we put Joe Tessitore on Raw with,
and then you put
I don't
Cole back to
know.
SmackDown.
You
See,
think he gonna be good on Raw though?
You can't SmackDown. See, listen, I try to tell everybody all the time. SmackDown right now in this era is the flagship show. Quit saying Monday Night Raw is the flagship show. It's not the flagship.
No,
The
it's
reason
not.
why they set it up is Friday to Monday, not Monday to Friday. Listen, you can sit. They can sit. WWE can sit there all the time and sit there and talk crazy how Raw is the flagship because it's been on the longest. No, sir. SmackDown is the flagship show.
Oh, it has to be.
Hold on.
All your
Nobody could
graders
ever
on
say
SmackDown.
no one could ever say that Raw is still the flagship show. And you want to know why? Because did Raw have a video game? No. SmackDown had a video game. And then the video game that did feature Raw was SmackDown versus Raw. So ever since SmackDown got their own video game, essentially SmackDown has been the flagship show. Thank you, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's been The Rock, right? At the same time, though. Yeah, I think when it gets to Netflix, it will be the flagship because more is going to happen during that. They said we've been in the PG, PC era for far too long. Remember how much better things were from 97 to 02.
Yes, sir.
Not just wrestling, but all of entertainment. It's time to get back to a more mature thing. The past 22 years have been driven.
Let's
22?
Go.
It's been that long?
Yeah, let's go. That's what I'm telling you. And you took away all of the stuff, man, that made it exciting. That's how we ended up winning the Monday Night Wars. Because, man, during the Attitude Era and all of that, you were able to do some crazy stuff. Like you talking about bringing DX and they going to WCW, knocking on they doors, talking about let us in.
Tank.
And I mean, you talking about some crazy stuff, man. But we don't get that anymore. You don't get the interactions between other than the TNA coinciding with WWE now. But if we get some of that. You're talking about some of the greatest moments, and I think Triple H is doing something. I think Triple H is doing something. You know what? Because Triple H is deciding to do what Eric Bischoff wouldn't do, is to open up that forbidden door. And if you open up that forbidden door, it not only brings more attention to your brand, but it helps other brands keep their business open because you need to have that camaraderie in order to be able to build what you want to build. And I think that's the wisest way to do this. Don't kill your competition. Don't kill them. You need them.
A-Train, I think that's why it was a good reason to save that Shane McMahon conversation for today, too, because of exactly what you just said, Pastor. Exactly what you just said about what Triple H is possibly got cooking in his brain for the future of
open that
not
door.
Only WWE but pro wrestling as a whole. Because how dope would it be to see NXT wrestlers go and invade TNA? Legit, and it just be NXT, not nobody from Raw, not nobody from SmackDown. We talking about our young guns, our young stars going over to TNA and sparking it up, and then having cross promotion matches where TNA wrestlers are fighting on Raw or on NXT like they're doing now, but NXT wrestlers going and fighting on TNA. So now you got WWE fans going and watching these TNA wrestlers or shows because now our WWE wrestlers are over there in their ring, invading their arenas, doing it up, causing them to be better, causing them to be better in the ring and to be better on the mic.
Now,
so that way, when we both go and invade AEW, oh, you see the heat that's gonna bring. Because did you just see Collision the other night? I was trying to watch Collision while I was trying to finish watching SummerSlam, and I almost threw up. Their wrestling is so spotty, it's a little shaky, it's a little shaky.
But Tony Khan ain't that kind. He ain't that kind of thinker though. He don't have creative thought people over there. You got a Paul Heyman that worked for WWE. You think about it. We wouldn't even be talking about Joe Henry if there wasn't an opening of the door. The forbidden door is the greatest thing they could have ever exposed. It's putting that out there.
And Tony Khan sat there and said that he put out the AEW Forbidden Door for New Japan. Listen, everybody's working with New Japan. Even TNA and WWE's working with New Japan. So there's
for years.
Forbidden Door. Seriously. Right. But if you're going to have to open the door, you're going to have to open the door to some of these AEW wrestlers. And I know a lot of people will sit back and say, I can't see a Will Ospreay or MJF in WWE. They'll be watered down and all that kind of stuff. You never know. You never know till a WWE star pull up in AEW and he's still working WWE.
You give me an MJF. You give me an MJF and you let him bust through them curtains at a WWE event. Any one of them. NXT, Raw, SmackDown. It's a wrap. I'm guaranteeing.
And then let Braun Breaker break him real quick. Don't come up in here. And shout out to Braun Breaker. Man, shout out to Braun Breaker. So much respect to that young man. The way he handled himself at the after show and the post match conference, man.
Yes, sir.
That young man is going to be a great intercontinental champion. Watch what he does. He shows so much love and respect, and he acknowledged the prestige of that title. No matter how much of a mid-card title the Intercontinental Championship is, that title has so much prestige. So many legends and Hall of Famers have held that title. And now this young man has acknowledged that, shows that he respects the prestige of this title and looks to honor the prestige of that title and become a great man. Watch, Braun Breaker's that dude. Let's go.
Let's go. Talk. I'm with it.
Real talk. And we ain't even talked about my guy.
What's that? Who?
Yeah.
I know we've been on one side the whole entire time.
It's okay.
Man.
We're gonna get to him. We got an hour and a half today. We're gonna get to him.
Hey, you know what, Mike? It's gonna be difficult for this one. Brock being at Mania, and I know Triple H won him there. And my problem is, if he's there, that means Logan Paul. From what I've seen in the comments, Logan Paul's tweets have kind of stirred up some stuff at WWE where it's serious, and it could lead to trouble for him. And if this situation with Brock and McMahon is going forth, it's been going forth, and it's true, you can't bring Brock back. You just can't do it. Can't do it at all.
Yeah, he's literally in jail right now, so you can't do anything about it. And right now, if it goes beyond this, I don't see him coming. Now that would be dope though. Let's be clear though. Let's get him to come out. If we get him out, and you get him with a Braun Breaker, y'all, that's my dream. That's my dream match for right now in this century. You give me a Braun Breaker and a Brock Lesnar, I'm good. I'm good.
And I would love to see Braun beat him into retirement.
Oh, put him down, Reverend.
Put him down. Hit him with the Hit him with the Brakensteiner. Hit him with the Brakensteiner off the top rope like he did to Sami Zayn. Because boy, that was beautiful how that big old boy jumped off that rope. Made his daddy and uncle proud.
My match. That's my dream match right there, buddy. That's my dream match.
My man was proud.
Yeah.
Both Scott and Rick, when they was up there in the stands,
I saw it.
Box, they loved it. They loved it. Loved it.
Yeah, man.
And you know, I knew it was gonna be a short match because I told y'all. I told y'all the night before it was gonna break them. It was a wrap.
Yeah.
This is the A-Train show. We covered everything was going on with SummerSlam. All right, let's. I got to talk about LA Knight a bit. Because I'm gonna have to save at least 30 minutes for the Bloodline by itself. LA Knight winning over Logan Paul. The match itself was it was entertaining. You know, Logan, he does his thing. I know a lot of people don't like, but I'm saying like Logan knows what he's doing in the ring, and that's what the cool thing is about it. Can't just call him a YouTube star. You can't sit here and say that. You know, he's just a fly-by-night type of guy. No, he picks up on everything, and he learns how to do certain things in matches. And who was that with him? Was it MG Kelly?
Yeah, that was Machine Gun. Machine Gun.
MGK.
MG.
Yeah, he was there, and Jelly Roll made his appearance with Miz and R-Truth.
Yeah.
You know. So the celebrities were out, and he did perform his song there. I actually missed it, unfortunately. But
the way Jelly Roll picked him up, though, the man didn't move. He said, "Huh? Yeah." I said, "Yo, he didn't move. He didn't do none of this. He just stood there, grabbed that young man by the throat, and said." I said, "Yo, he need to be a pro wrestler. Him and Otis would be a match, boy."
No, leave him, Doc. Leave him. We got enough. I don't need it either.
I don't need it. Especially him doing his little thing or a little jig and dance and whatnot. No, I'm good. Good, man.
The worm.
Hey, only way if that would work is Viscera was still around. Rest in peace, Viscera, man. So
yeah, man.
If it, that was my guy, man. You know, he was the love machine. You know what I mean? So for a long time, but at this rate, with LA Knight being the champ, now I want to see the Carmelo Hayes go after him now. You know what I mean? Because those are guys that we wanted to see in this mix for the U.S. title. And it may not seem like it's a big roster at this point, but there are a lot of young guns that want opportunity for a shot at the championship. You know, him and Bash at Berlin you're looking at. And, of course, for Bad Blood, does Logan Paul make a return for Bad Blood and want his championship back? You know, that remains to be seen.
Jay.
I don't know, though.
Yeet.
We ain't yeeting yet, man. We ain't yeeting because
so let's see.
No yeet versus yeah.
That was the other thing. You brought it up, but I'm gonna wait. So I'm asking you, Reverend. Do you see that there's another challenger in the mix for LA Knight for that US title?
LA Knight is on what brand?
SmackDown.
So you still got a Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
You still have a Andrade. You still have a Dragunov.
No, Dragunov's Raw.
Oh no, he's on Raw. That's right. So you still have some, you have to give him a new opponent and somebody to me that would be formidable would probably be Carmelo Hayes because he's arrogant. He would want to go in there and showcase his skill level like he tried to do with Cody. He would try to do that. So I think you would let a Carmelo Hayes come up, or you may even do something even nastier by getting. Oh, but no, I think he on Raw. So I was about to say Brunson Reed, but he's on Raw. So yeah, it have to be like a Carmelo. Because what do you do with Logan at this particular point? You give him another way to go after it. Because there's not a bad blood issue with them. Like it's not bad blood. They just, even with the little storyline they tried to do, they didn't really do like bad blood stuff. Like it ain't like he was just damaging his career. He went in there laying in his pool and stuff. Like he wasn't doing anything. You see if that was Stone Cold. Stone Cold would have tore the whole house up, went and got in the pool, got in there, busted the inflatable, all this kind of stuff. He didn't do none of that. He just got up and walked out.
Remember, it's the era that we're in, right? Remember, it's the era that we're in. So, and plus, that's network TV.
You see who's speaking.
I knew she would want to get in. I see you been eyeing her the whole time. She is a darling. Oh my goodness. Hey, Zay Lorraine.
Love it.
She's a little darling.
My baby, man.
Say hi. I just want to say hi. That's all.
No, but I do agree. Like their buildup wasn't big enough. So you do got to give them somebody like Carmelo, or you bring back Jimmy Uso, or you go after another young gun like. I mean, who else is a rising star on the SmackDown roster?
That's the problem.
Exactly. We got to look at it. Like,
where's
Dawkins and Montez Ford? Where are they at? Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown.
Let Montez Ford go out the United States.
Are you trying to put Montez into the mix now for this?
Yeah, Montez
But
Ford.
Then you would have to break them up.
No, you don't.
Not necessarily.
No, you don't.
Not necessarily.
Did you have to break up the New Day at any point in time when any of them held tag titles or singles titles?
When Biggie was champ, no.
But that's different though. That's different though, because with them, I think it would produce a jealousy because of the storyline that they tried to work with. Remember how Angelo used to sit there and look at him like, man, I don't want to talk after losing and losing and losing. So you would bring up a jealousy if you give Montez a belt or a shot at the belt. Like, I think it would bring another storyline of animosity there with them if you did that with them two. I think somebody else who's a single wrestler need to be given that opportunity. I would even give it to
But it's time. Just like it was time for Jimmy and Jey Uso to finally break up after 30 years. Like, you know what I mean?
They didn't really have a great shot at being tag team champions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have the greatest moment or greatest shot at being tag team champions. So you give them a championship, they drop it. You give them another chance, they drop it. Like, so how often do you see tag teams like that become great tag teams and then turn out to have great singles moments? You don't really see that often. So no, I think it would be a little. I think it would be a little damaging if they did it that way.
I got you. I think Kevin stepped away for just a moment. But hey, as we're sitting here now, we got that. I think it'll be just as good a time to take a break, and when we come right back, we're gonna get into this bloodline thing because there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot to unpack from now until 1 o'clock.
Look, which hand we going up with, the right or the left?
We're gonna have to go with the right, man, because that's the one. Hey,
that's the OTC.
We gotta deal with the OTC, man, like for sure, man. Because that was something all by itself, man. It was crazy. Geez. So we gonna. Everything on SummerSlam right here on Fuel Sports Network. Stay.
If you aren't perfect, if you've ever struggled, for you. True Victory. Founded by U.S. military veterans, True Victory is a sportswear and streetwear brand dedicated to building everyday champions on and off the field. We're a cause. Our purpose is to transform lives and elevate humanity through the power and unity of sports, positive stories, and serving others. We're dedicated to the game, the grind, and the globe. But most importantly, we're dedicated to you. That's what it means to be always true.
Same great taste. Yes, same great taste. Same great taste.
Back on this edition of the A Train Show, the A Train Arlington Lane. We in till 1 o'clock today. We doing the 90-minute or less of sorts today. Joining me as always is the good Reverend Doctor. He's here. I think Kevin is about to get into the fold right there. There he is. And we've been touching on this. No, you good, man. You're good. Sometimes you got to take calls and they're important. So you got to make sure you do what you do, man. SummerSlam has been on deck. And then one group that we wanted to make sure we covered all 30 minutes of for the rest of the hour is the good old bloodline. And one face showed up, the original TC, the OTC as he calls himself. Roman Reigns. And we sat there like we was for you can say a couple of weeks now. We've been drumming up what was going to be the process of this match. We knew Roman was going to have to show up. It was the best for business that Roman showed up. I think the nail came to the head. The nail came down when Solo had called Roman a weak tribal chief. The minute he said that, no way. You are not going to get Roman Reigns showing up at that match. Granted, the match wasn't, in my opinion, the match wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. But for the story purposes, it was. It's just what happened at Mania. And it was a sample size of what we got at Mania, where everybody came out. Now, what the one part that hurts for me,
Jacob
one part that hurts is Jacob Fatu. When my man went down and hit that leg and he sat there and started doing this, I said, it's a wrap. I said, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what that Jacob Fatu injury is. It is a shame. But it's like, man, you have to do a whole rewrite on who's gonna come in the mix now. And I get it, more people are going to be involved in this, but it's like he gonna be on the sideline looking with some crutches.
Ain't there two Tongas? Ain't there two
Yes,
tongas?
but my man got a patch. Like, can he see from the other eye? You know what I'm saying? He gonna wrestle with one eye. Come on, dog. I ain't gonna even do him like
How many wrestlers have done it? How many wrestlers have done it?
Okay,
How
listen.
many wrestlers have done it and won matches?
See, say Jacob was walking with a boot
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Yeah, they did say that. I saw that. They were saying that he had, and then it was also it actually was a spoiler that all three of them was there, but only Roman came out. So Paul Heyman, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns showed up at the event, but only Roman came out, and I think they did that strategically because he's gonna build the team with them. Like he's gonna bring them in. Like I gotta pull y'all in because I'm the tribal chief. So it makes a lot of sense.
And now you can sit there and say, you caused Jacob. No, we be like, no, Jacob did that on his own.
Absolutely, he sure did.
You can play off of that. You play off of Jacob's injury now, right? Because you're gonna need a fourth person to get with this mix, and it changes the dynamic slightly. It almost leaves the door open. It leaves the door open for the final boss to show up. It leaves that door wide open now.
Oh, that door been opened.
No.
Yes, it
Wait
has.
a minute. Wait.
That door has been open since WrestleMania.
But the thing is, it wasn't going to be him for wrestling. Now it opens the door for him to wrestle if he chooses to in this brutal match. This is Rock has been in cage matches, but he ain't been in no War Games match.
Check this. He's going to say now Roman is the original tribal chief, right?
Correct.
But who's really the original tribal chief?
Okay, you saying that about
but their battle is gonna be their battle is gonna be about the head of the table. Their battle has got to be for the head of the table. And you think about the head of the table. So to me, here's my thing. I don't think this is just my brain talking. I don't feel like it would be beneficial to have Rock side with Solo without warranted, because at the end of the day, remember he sided with Roman at WrestleMania.
But
Roman was heel.
Did not Roman spear The Rock during the match?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, and okay, and all that can make sense. But I think my issue is it's not enough momentum against it yet. I don't think they put enough legs under it to make it make sense. Like if you just do it outright, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well that happened. It can be predictable, but to put some legs under it and let it make sense is what's gonna make that thing. I think he needs to side with Roman and then turn on him, then let him go to Solo and support. If you don't do that, then it don't give no legs to the whole entire work.
Exactly, and yes, I would not be surprised if this man showed up Friday.
Oh no, I agree. I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's how we starting the show. What are you talking about? We starting the
original tribal chief.
We starting the show like that.
Roman Reigns.
So,
you know how Paul do it.
Let's say open the show, right? Let's say open the show. Do you have him come from the back, or do you have him already in the ring making the announcement for Roman to come down?
Crowd like Shield days.
Let him walk. He's the Hall of Famer. Let him walk down the aisle.
Let him come through the crowd like the Shield days. Let him come through the crowd, because look, if you get his bloodline, the original bloodline, to bring that Shield feel to where they start coming through the crowd, and you over there. Because you know, if he bring Jay back into the fold, They gonna
That's
be
what
eating.
that's what's going
They
that's
gonna
what's
be
gonna make this
eating.
great. That's what's gonna make this great. Paul Heyman is the mastermind. He is the wise man for a reason. He's gonna bust through that. He's gonna recognize the only tribal chief that ever mattered to him, because that's what he said that got him thrown through the table. He said, "You are not my tribal chief." He knows who his tribal chief is. He's gonna do that, and then he's gonna tell his tribal chief, "We need to go get the boys. We need to get us all back together and run amok through them jokers."
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you
And
know
if we
what? I'm
have to
sitting back.
bring in another, we will bring in another young gun.
Right.
They
Because
got
let's
so many
understand.
family members in wrestling. Stop it.
So this
You
was the
still got
crazy part.
Umaga's son. You still got Umaga's son. Two of them. You still got them cousins they can run through the whole entire dude. It's so widespread. But if Paul Heyman don't, he's the wise man for a reason. He's gonna get in Roman's head and say, you know what? We need to make this push to go get these boys. We already got Jimmy. They hurt Jimmy. Let's work together. Go get Jay, and let's make them suffer. And they can do this without a Jacob Fatu, though. They can do this without Jacob right now, because if you go get Jimmy J and you get Roman, they can work those three against the
Three that they got
Tomatongas
now. Hmm.
and Solo Sikoa, and you pretty much got the prominence of that nucleus. But when you get a Jacob Fatu back, you're gonna have to include somebody else. Now they predicting it's gonna be a Sami Zayn. To me, I think they need to go get Zilla. If they get Zilla, it's a wrap.
I
You
think in
can't
this
bring
case
in
you can
Sammy.
switch it. Wait for that. Wait for that. Only reason why is if they choose to make Zilla a heel instead of making him a face. That's the only way. But here's the
But
thing: there
Damn.
no,
was not
you
a
gotta
single
make Zilla.
Uso.
You gotta
Oh,
make
go ahead.
Zilla a face though, Arlington,
Right.
because if you bring the Rock in, you have the Rock be that fourth, and then he gonna turn on him to where you have to bring in Zilla and somebody else.
So
And you
here's the thing.
can't bring in Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn is not part of the Anoa'i family. We making this a real family matter.
Two things.
That's the thing. You get what I'm
Two
saying? They're
things.
really trying to
Two
make this a
things.
family matter.
He's
Two
honorary
things.
Oos, Reverend.
One, there was not a single Uso at SummerSlam at all. Two,
Facts.
Nia Jax said at the post, because she won her match against Bayley, everybody knew that was going to happen. But, like, we were expecting Tippy time to cash in, but I thought that was a straight distraction for Bayley, so that way Nia could win. Let's keep that in mind. But the other thing was, that was her very first SummerSlam.
Absolutely.
She'd
Yep.
been in the game
Absolutely.
over 10 years, and that was
Absolutely.
her first SummerSlam. So, with that being said, here's the problem that we have. See, now Fatu, so now Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, they both are now the champions. Since if Jacob Fatu is going to be out, that inserts him, or that makes Solo a tag title winner, because they brought it to the bloodline. It's a faction, so all four of them are clearly they're labeled
Practically.
as champions. They're the tag champions. So, with that being said, you bring in a Nia Jax to this edition of the bloodline, and if you're saying what we're saying about Naomi, Naomi's been faced this whole time. You put her on the other side of the bloodline. I get it.
It'll be Tamina. It'll be Tamina. It ain't gonna be Naomi. It'll be Tamina.
Naomi's married into the family though.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it would not be Naomi. And when the boys helped me to see this, because at first I was like, man, why the boys helped me to see this. You got to remember what just happened at this tag title event with the girls, with Jade
and Bianca.
Jade and Bianca. You saw who interfered was Blair Davenport. So having her come in is number 3. And remember, Naomi was with them in the very beginning. So you're gonna put them 3 back together, and we finna finally get this trips in the women's division. because you're getting all of these women factions. You're gonna get these trips. So I had to drop the double belts to give y'all triple belts. I'm telling y'all this how it's gonna go down.
You gotta take the call. I understand. Listen. Oh my God, that tripped me out. That tripped me out because they did say that they were working on getting these trios. Give me the triple belts. That's what we're calling them. We ain't gonna call them dubs. We call them triples in this case. He said, I think Roman got the tall one in the family that was in New Japan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
Oh, we did just get another. Didn't we just get another signing? The big giant Samoan.
Yeah, that
ain't he
that
part
happened.
of their family?
That happened. That's what I'm saying. So you
Where
pretty
he gonna
much
come in at?
Exactly.
Roman brings him out Friday.
No,
that's too early. It's too early. It's too early. It's too early. It's too early because you got to consider they're gonna have to rewrite all of this. They have to rewrite it with Jacob
when The Rock turns on him. There it is.
Of course. No, of course. That's if we get that portion of it. But like I was saying to you before, we still got to consider that if Nia goes in that part of being with Solo and the bloodline on the Wolfpack bloodline, if that happens, you're gonna have to get Tamina in the original. She's an OG. She's the original. So you put her in that. You put both of them. You put them in that. You let Naomi go with that, which is gonna be the first triples championship that they'll ever introduce because they made them drop them belts and it was premature and we didn't see it at first, but now it makes sense with Blair Davenport doing what she did. I'm going, okay, maybe they're gonna make them drop it and then they're gonna fight for these triple belts, and these triple belts is gonna be the culmination of having all of these, because then the belts will be able to go from faction to faction. It'll go from show to show. So you pretty much gonna get them on every show. Like, it's gonna be bananas. Let's go.
It is about to be off the hook,
Let's
man. It's
go.
about to be off the hook. Because the more factions that come, the more reason for triples championships.
Hey, and they're building very slowly. Because if you're seeing it now, Damage Control. I just need a group name for Jay, Bianca, and Naomi because they coming. And you saw with
I think they call themselves the Big Three.
The BEST, the best. The BEST.
Okay, I kind of like it, bro. I kind of like
it. BEST, the best.
The Sonya Deville group right now. That's out
that
there.
Would be them three versus the best versus Sonya and them. Oh my God, the best versus the MMA or how.
And then you got the dark. You got the dark horses. You got the girl. You got the girls right there right now with that Blair Davenport.
If they can snatch Jada Parker from NXT.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, I would be a women's wrestling fan for life.
Because and you would have to take Naomi out. I'm sorry, because she ain't big enough. She ain't big enough. No. I'm saying you have Jade, Bianca, and old girl from NXT.
Jada Parker.
No.
Oh, nah.
I get where you going, but no, it can't work. It can't work.
Get the big women, the heavyweights.
I get where you going. I get where you going, but it can't work. It can't work. No.
They could eventually go up against Nia Jax. Somebody gonna eventually go up against Nia Jax.
Kev, I got you, dog. I got you. I get where you coming from, but it can't work right now. I get where you coming from. I swear I do. But sir, it won't work right now. It can work down the line, but not now.
You put Naomi in that big three, man.
You got to.
The best.
That's what that's how they all came in together. We got
that's
Katana Chance. What's her name? Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, and you throw in Zelina Vega with that group. That's the trios. And so you getting them back. They slowly coming together. So you got your factions. You got the factions.
So
you do a fatal four-way.
with Tony.
You do a
Ooh,
fatal 4-way for the if they do the trios title match.
First
Hey,
time in
wait a
history,
minute. Wait a
fatal
minute.
4-way
Wait,
trios
wait a
match.
minute. Wait a minute. Why not put Soul Ruka, Lola Vice, and Jada Parker together?
By mine. So right. So as you can see,
It's a way you can do this. Triple H, listen.
18 tournament for this trio, for this triple championship. And he's like, well,
Triple H. Somebody tag Triple H in this video.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen, whether we want it, whether you want to believe it or not. It's going to happen.
Man.
They're not putting these trios together to not have a title for them.
Eventually, because they're coming out with the women's IC and the women's United States. And who do you guys think is going to be the inaugural champions, or at least in the championship match? Because they're probably going to do a tournament. But who do y'all see in the championship match?
Triple H's.
Who do y'all see in the championship match for the women's IC and the women's United States belts?
Let's go, man.
The United States belt is going to be on SmackDown, and the women's Intercontinental belt is going to be on Raw, just like the men's belt. So who do we see fighting for these titles when it all comes down to it?
If that's the case, then you have to break up the trios, man, because ain't no way.
Absolutely.
You can't have it where you have a IC women's champ and a trio title.
Agreed. Agreed.
We've had singles champions be tag champions before at the same time.
Yes.
There's too many of them, though. It's too many of them. Yeah, you'll have to bring. You're gonna have to bring. You're gonna have to bring almost every person from the NXT roster up in order to make that work. Because if you're gonna triple all of those ladies like that and make them fight for triples titles, I think you'll end up hurting you'll end up hurting the brand than helping it. So I think before you do it, it's already some that's already trips already. Like it's some that we've seen already. So working them and then letting others have opportunities will make it work. It'll make it work though.
Because I could see Roxanne Perez dropping the NXT belt and fighting Bayley for the women's Intercontinental belt. You know what I'm saying? That would be lit. That would be a.
You still got a Charlotte Flair. You still got a Becky. Still got a Becky Lynch. Like you still have others. You still have others. Bayley, who just lost. So you have others. You might get a Alexa Bliss back. You're talking about having Alexa. What's that girl? Cross.
From Wyatt.
Nikki Cross. Yeah, Nikki Cross. You got Nikki Cross there. Like it's so many you can pull to make that work. So it's a way to make it work. It's a way to make it work.
Definitely. Okay.
There's new belts coming.
Let's bring it back to that bloodline thing, though, because we got away from because of the triples, and we got. I understand all of that because at this rate now,
get them triples, baby. Let's go.
And name it after himself. You know what I'm saying? And name it after himself. I would not mind that. Yeah, you do got to work these marks. Got to work the marks, man. And Dave might be coming back soon too. Yeah, so
man,
we can't wait. This whole thing with the bloodline though is Roman Reigns, OTC. Him coming out, and when he walked down the ramp, he already knew what he was focused on. He wasn't even focused on Cody Rhodes. If we gonna be honest, he said, "I'm coming for you. You call me weak? Oh no, that ain't going down like that." Superman punch. And then the spear, and after
I like the way he looked at Cody though. He looked at Cody like, I could mess you up right now. I could mess both y'all up right now. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and get this W. My work done. My work here is done.
But you know what? No. But you know what? Right. I took a different look at his look. I thought he looked at him like, okay, I heard your level of respect you had for me. And I'm doing this because you didn't disrespect. You acknowledged me without acknowledging me. So I thought it was a different way to look at it because remember when he kept telling him to acknowledge him, He didn't. And then now it's almost kind of like you acknowledge me without actually acknowledging me, and that makes the storyline that much greater because you discredited me, and I'm the one that pulled you in here. We talking about Solo. He pulled him in, and then you discredited. Talking about, oh, I'm the tribal chief now. I run the show. I'm the head of the table. Like, so you're basically disrespecting what I pulled you into. So I think that's going to be the turn of the tape. And it's going to help Cody, and it's going to help the bloodline situation go even further than where it's been.
Yeah, and it's been nasty, man. And it's gonna be. It's got to be bad blood for that match, though. There's no way.
And
there's no way you can do this at Matt Sterling. You gotta stash that.
You gotta
put that out there.
You just gotta build it up. But back to the trios conversation within the bloodline story. What if, or not even a what if, you could work these wrestlers that are involved in so many different directions when it's all said and done? If Cody were to lose the title, right, who could he go and win a triples title with?
Talking about Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. You really think that
you see what I mean? But I'm saying you could.
Coming from,
like, that's what when you talk about the triples titles, it's like, dang, no matter what storyline you look at right now, when it comes to, well, I won't say no matter what storyline, but when it comes to certain storylines, when you look at them, you could turn these eventually into so many different other directions. And
would you want to see that is the question, though. The question is, would you want to see that as a fan?
Once Cody has his time as WWE champion, you got to allow him to go after other belts and then go back to it and then go back to other belts. Like, you know what I mean?
No, man. I don't know, man.
Let him cement his legacy. How many times has John Cena been a world heavyweight champion, a universal champion, undisputed champion, intercontinental champion, United States champion?
Wait. Let me iterate it. Let me iterate this.
And tag team.
Cody came back for one reason. One reason only was to get the WWE title because his family had never got it. He got it, right? So now he's at the top of the mountain for that reason. Once he drop it, he's there for helping talent at this point. He's not going to be there for any title runs. The reason why I say that, why in AEW he never went for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. Never. He got the TNT because it wasn't about him. It was about the rest of the talent.
Yep.
It was about them. So the same can apply here. He's already been about that life for the talent because of his father and then how he's worked it with AEW. He already sees it at this point that this is where he wants to be and he can help the talent.
Yep.
Look, going on NXT was everything. Having the guy over there at NXT was everything, man.
Yep.
And so
I totally agree.
At this point, when he told those guys that came over from AEW that you were in a good place, and no, Cena has never won the IC title. I've never seen him with that strap.
I don't think he's now that I think about it, I think it was just the US title.
Now the question is, do you give him an opportunity to do that before he retires?
Cena versus Gunther.
Cena versus
Braun Breaker.
Ooh. Oh yeah, versus Braun Breaker.
Gunther got the world heavy. That would be lit. That would be a match for
one time, so that way he'd be a Grand Slam champ, and then he could take it off. And, he have it for a month or two, couple months, whatever, 3 months.
Breaker get it back,
drop it. Because remember, he used to do his U.S. Title challenge and all that good stuff.
So
that's a good point. That is a very good point. He's never won the IC title.
I can see that. I can see that
on him.
Yeah, because
you got Braun Breaker calling Cena old man and stuff. They call you the greatest of all time. You couldn't even beat Solo Sikoa. That type of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could
got a little bit of bad blood with him.
You know what I'm saying?
Disrespect. Yeah. You're right.
He could definitely use
And
something
it
to be
will be a
disrespectful with.
good storyline. It will be a good storyline. And then you could have you could have Braun Breaker clown him. You
Oh,
could have Braun Breaker be funny and go back to the
The
ruthless
old
aggression
Cena
days,
days.
the old Cena days when he used to rap and just have him joke on
or,
him
or no,
and
no, 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 no,
really,
no.
really
What
kill
about this? What about this though? Instead of doing that, mess with his ego because the biggest thing with John Cena is pride. He's prideful. Like he know it and mess with his pride. Go, man, you're the greatest of all time, but you never held this.
him.
You're the greatest of all time, but you ain't never had this in your hand. And in order for you to get this, you got to go through me to get it. So it'll start playing in his head like I ain't never won that. Like this is something I can obtain and get, and then it like let him play it like that versus it just being hey, well let's just hit him with the old school joint. I think it will play more on his psyche to say hey. You won this, but you didn't win this. And you call yourself the greatest of all time. Let me show you ain't the greatest of all times. I'll prove to you if that ain't your stick.
Gotcha.
You're right.
I see. Hey, you
I
can't go
like
wrong
that.
with that.
I
Man.
like that.
Can't go
That would be
wrong with that.
beautiful. That would be beautiful right there.
Man,
That'll be a great match. That'll be a great match
Have
though.
that storyline mesh. It would be a beautiful way to have them two, a young gun versus a OG who's still yoked, go at it. That would be the perfect way to have them clash. The disrespect from Braun Breaker, like, dude,
Yeah, you ain't nothing.
never won this. Have him do it like this. Never won this. How you the GOAT? The
Yeah.
Rock don't call himself the GOAT. He has won all these different championships. He knows his status, but you call yourself the GOAT and you ain't held every belt.
I must say Roman has held every title, right?
The Rock.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Roman. Has
talking about
Roman
The
ever
Rock.
had the IC title though? I mean, Rock has never held the US title.
Nope, he's never held the US title. He's been a tag
that's what I'm
champion. He's
saying.
been a intercontinental champion. He's been a heavyweight champion.
Both
And he's
of them.
been, and he's been a world champion. So, yeah.
So, and that's
he's
what I'm
never
saying
won the
with,
United States Championship.
with Cena. Is the IC title in his future, or does he go and make another good push for one of the championships again, the heavyweight championships again? Does he go against Cody one good time? Does he go against Gunther one good time? You know what I mean?
So here's what I say though. You need to give him that title shot because again, you give him that title shot, you let him break the record. Period. You let that happen. Even if it's short-lived, he at least had it. You let him break that record because that's the heartbeat of what Ric Flair wanted. That's what Ric Flair asked for. He said nobody else break this record but John Cena. He wants him to break the record. You then give him the label of the GOAT, let him drop the belt, and then you have a Braun Breaker come out of nowhere going, "Oh, you the GOAT." But I hold this, and in order for you to be the GOAT, you got to at least get this, kind of a thing. So,
yeah, and that started.
So let him break the record. Let him break the record. Get the 17. Let him break it, and then let him drop it, and then after he drop it, then you let Braun Breaker come out of nowhere.
He has to get it off of Cody then, right? Or he has to get it off of Gunther.
He can get the heavyweight belt off of Gunther because Ric Flair was more of a world heavyweight champion than he was like a WWF or a WWE champion. He was more of a, you know what I mean? He was like he was a WCW heavyweight champion. He was the NWA heavyweight champion. You get what I mean?
WWE will acknowledge that if he beat Gunther because he's tall.
Exactly.
He's tall.
Exactly.
But you have him drop it to Gunther again, though, so that way Gunther can continue his legacy. Oh, I'm a two-time Intercontinental champion.
Again,
or world heavyweight champion. You know what I mean?
No, that was phony and all that kind of stuff. That he don't represent this sport. The same way he was
and the
doing
same
with,
thing for Braun Breaker, and the same thing for.
I'm the ring general. I'm the ring general, so you can't dominate me. I'm so it makes sense. Gunther would probably be my choice. And then body for body, it will work.
All right, we ain't got a lot of time. We got like 3 minutes. Damian Priest tonight, does he say anything on Monday Night Raw tonight?
Heck
Anything?
yeah.
Of
Heck
course.
yeah.
You can't silence that man after what he's been through to get his career to where it's at, and the star power he's at now. Oh, you ain't gonna silence that man. He's coming out there mad. He's angry. El Campeón. Oh yeah, he mad.
Bad
He mad.
blood.
He mad.
He's mad because Dom screwed Rhea and Finn screwed him. It is finna be like, listen.
And Rhea like his sister, dog. Rhea his sister.
Finna be.
You don't play.
Tonight is about to be crazy because he's coming out there, and this is gonna make him have that Undertaker. I'm vicious, venomous. I'm gonna show you this other side of Damian Priest. Have you noticed they've been showing his documentary a lot, showing how he got developed and the dark side of him and all of this kind of stuff, this development that he has with the Undertaker? Y'all, this is about to be massive. And you let him come out and you let him rip the whole entire place apart because he's gonna do it.
What if he come out with Rhea?
I'm
What
with
if they
it.
come out together like
They not though. They not because you got to
I
give
know.
both of them their
They
chance
all
to vent.
Yeah.
But man, I'm gonna tell you something. If that happened and they both angry and they both tearing stuff up, you're talking about putting together some of the greatest controversial mess that's about to manifest. Like it's about to be crazy, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Or Rhea and Damian kiss.
No, that'll never
Nah,
happen.
No,
No.
you don't
The
want to
only,
do that.
the only weird thing can happen from that is Jay getting Rhea.
right.
That's the
And
only
they
weird
not
thing
gonna
that
play
can
that too close. They not gonna play that too close because they don't want to mess up their two households. And they have already said that in the documentary that they wasn't gonna mess up their households. Their households are Buddy Murphy and he and Jay, his wife, he and his wife. They not gonna mess that up. They just recently got married too, so you don't want to mess that up.
Hey, and just a reminder, Mark was Jacob, I think his name, Jacob Henry, just got signed.
Shut up. No way.
Go.
Yep.
NXT talent. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
Yep.
It's
finna
on
get
now,
crazy,
buddy.
man.
It's on now, buddy.
It's on and popping.
All right. All right, we did. I didn't know if we were going to do it, but we did. We had a lot of Wednesday, no show. Friday, back at it again. All right, 90 minutes. We getting it in, getting everybody geared up from what happened at Great American Bash, and get you geared up for Friday Night SmackDown. It's going to be a banger. I might throw in some Olympic stuff because this is the week. It's medal rounds and stuff. So we're going to see
Noah Lyles, fastest man in the world. Sha'Carri Richardson is the second fastest woman in the world because she actually came in second. It was shocking how bad she got, how long the length of the track was, or distance between the leader and everything. Oh my goodness!
I got questions for that.
I did too because that was crazy.
All right, and it ain't about Sha'Carri either. All right, y'all, we about to wrap this bad boy up. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Jersey. We finna get it in, get out of here, and then we're gonna catch y'all on Friday.
Hey.
If I do come in on Wednesday, it's just gonna be 30 minutes. I ain't gonna be long. So we'll see what happens. He about to do his thing. Hey, Pastor, we'll talk Friday about the stuff on Friday. I'm not gonna talk about it today, but I'll let you know. I'll call you up and let you know what's up.
And we definitely got to touch on Shane McMahon and AEW.
We'll talk about that Friday. All right.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. So let's get it.
Yes, sir.
That's right. All right, y'all. We about to wrap this bad boy up. The brothers will be back again Friday. Hope that you'll tune in for 8 more A-Train Show and Friends. We doing it big here on Fuel Sports Network. Triple H, hope that you've been listening. We hope you've been listening.
Somebody tag Triple H in this.
Tag him, please.
Tag him in this.
We need these triple belts. We need these triple belts.
We love what you doing, man. We love you.
All right. We go, man. See y'all next time.
Let's go.
Polivesk.